He strode through the royal courts of Europe, astonishing the wise and charming the powerful, then vanished. Yet his legend refuses to fade. This is the Count of Saint-Germain, philosopher, alchemist, and perhaps truly immortal. Who was the Count? Emerging in the 1740s, the Count's origins were a mystery. Known by many titles, Marquis of Montferrat, Count Soltikoff, Manuel Doria, he never revealed his true name or birthplace. Some speculated he was the son of Transylvanian Prince Francis II Rákóczi, though nothing was ever confirmed. He was a master of languages, music, art, science, and alchemy. He moved in awe-inspiring circles. Casanova, Voltaire, Madame de Pompadour, King Louis XV, Catherine the Great. Casanova described him as an extraordinary dinner guest who calmly declared, "I am 300 years old. I know the secret of the universal medicine. I can melt diamonds." The ageless servant and timeless praise. Whispers followed him. A servant, allegedly 300 years old, still stood by his side when questioned, raising eyebrows in elite salons. Voltaire called him the Wonder Man, a man who does not die and who knows everything. Prince Charles of Hesse Castle dubbed him one of the greatest philosophers who ever lived. Alchemy, artistry, and courtly intrigue. Saint-Germain composed haunting violin sonatas, created elixirs and cosmetics that defied replication, and claimed secrets of gemstone transformation, growing pearls, fusing diamonds, dyeing fabrics in colors unimagined. Madame de Pompadour invited him to a lab at Chateau Chambord, where he and King Louis XV experimented with dyes in hopes of elevating French luxury fashion. He also served as a diplomatic envoy during the 7 Years' War. His allegiance unclear, wending through courts across Europe, France, England, Prussia, and Russia, with fleeting moments of suspicion and intrigue. The Death That Wasn't and posthumous appearances. Official records claim he died in 1784 at Prince Charles' estate in Eckernförde, but legend persists. Freemasons reported his presence at meeting years after his supposed death. A noblewoman claims she saw him during the French Revolution, unchanged in appearance, observing pivotal events. In the 19th century, a man known as Major Fraser recounted detailed memories of centuries-old events, then disappeared. New Orleans and the vampire legend. In a curious twist of lore, a man named Jacques Saint-Germain arrived in New Orleans in 1902, claiming descent from the Count, handsome, wealthy, refined, but never eating at his extravagant dinner parties. Locals whispered he was ageless. One evening, after a woman escaped a second-floor balcony, claiming he bit her neck, police found blood-stained tablecloths and bottles filled with what appeared to be blood. But Jacques had vanished. No trace was ever found. The legend, part vampire, part timeless wanderer, has become one of New Orleans' most famous eerie tales. The esoteric legacy and ascended master. In theosophical traditions, Saint-Germain is considered a master of ancient wisdom, an immortal guide of spiritual evolution, and the so-called Age of Aquarius. He is associated with the color violet, the amethyst, and used allegory as teaching. Legends attributed multiple past incarnations to him, ranging from Proclus to Sir Francis Bacon. Closing reflection and call to action. So, was the Count of Saint-Germain a genius alchemist with the secret to immortality? Our history's most compelling illusionist. In myth, mystery, and rumor, he dances on the edge of legend, and maybe beyond time itself. If you love diving into the uncanny, the unexplained, and the truly extraordinary, please like, subscribe, and keep the vibes high with ancient mysteries with mile-high vibes. Where legends never truly end, they only grow more fascinating.